Yo, 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 what is up? What is up, guys? Oh, man, what a fucking day today. What a day. Some playoff football today. Holy shit, man. Between referees, and some of these games today, and what happened today, damn, dude. I didn't like being the game on fucking Sunday just because I didn't want all the pressure to be on us tomorrow. You know what I mean? I didn't want the pressure to be on us tomorrow. I mean, I don't care. It is what it is. But, I mean, it was hard just watch these games. And today I was like, man, I really want us to play. Yeah. I mean, damn. Did a team get fucking exposed today in the Detroit Lions with four or five turnovers? I mean, here's what I got to say this, okay? Here's what I got to say. Okay? I'll give, the respect and credit where it's due, man. Like, I thought Washington did a really good job. I mean, I thought Washington, the referees were horrible in every game. We'll get to that. But obviously, I thought Washington played really well. I think the only mistake they really made in that game, okay, was the trick play with Marcus Mariota. I think in the first or second series, whatever it was. The first series they had, I think. But other than that, I thought they played really well. I thought Jayden Daniels was great. I thought he was accurate. I mean, I thought he was flawless, man. I thought he was flawless. His passes were on target. He was great. So the respect goes to him, man. He's going to be a good quarterback going forward. A lot of respect for Jayden Daniels. But, all respect aside, Detroit literally went into the playoffs with the worst fucking defense. Okay? Just think of it. 3 in the playoffs so far. Okay, 3 teams that were leading their divisions are not even in the playoffs anymore. They said that Jalen Hurts was the worst quarterback in the playoffs right now. Okay, it's insane, man. It's totally insane. I thought the Lions, I thought they had look, it was literally which offense is going to make the least mistakes. And obviously, Detroit made more mistakes offensively. Okay. The forced fumble on Jared Goff, and obviously that screwed up that entire drive. And then when he started getting down on at least another score, he started to, force some passes, had a couple turnovers, a couple picks. They had the trick play with Jameson Williams on the end around, and he hesitated on throwing, and he threw it in double coverage. So I thought Washington played really well, but Detroit was really bad, man. Those injuries caught up to them. I mean, 16 players on IR, and adding Brian Branch, another guy broke his arm in like the first quarter. I mean, Jesus, man. I mean, that defense was completely fucking obliterated, decimated. And Jared Goff looked fucking horrible, man. He looked horrible. First seed, 15 wins? 15 wins? I mean, that's insane, man. So it was really tough to watch these games today, but congratulations to Washington, man. I'm going to be a realist because I am a realist at the end of the day. But obviously, if we win tomorrow against the Rams and 5+ inches of snow, yeah, there'll be a lot to talk about that week. The Eagles have a bone to pick. Us fans have a bone to pick that week. Okay. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. But I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. I want to know how you guys feel, whether you're a Commander fan, whether you're obviously an Eagle fan, obviously. You guys coming in. We need to take care of business tomorrow, regardless. And that's where we're kind of at right now. Chris Call with a super chat. Thank you so much, man. It says, Goff always shrinks when the lights get bright. Yeah, I mean, realistically, the last time he did this, he was in the playoffs last year, but the last time he did that before that time, he folded in the playoffs last year. And then they folded again in 2018 playoffs, I think, right? They had a great, the Rams had a great regular season, and it was one of the most boring Super Bowls we ever watched. One of the most boring Super Bowls we ever watched between the Patriots and the Rams. This Super Bowl was one of the worst ones. And he looked horrible. You know what I mean? Looked horrible. But this was, man, that team got fucking exposed, man. I mean, that game was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like it was really down to an offense making the less mistakes, and obviously, Detroit made so many fucking more mistakes, man. Horrible. Such a good roster offensively, but man, that defense, dude, losing the amount of guys that they did this year. The Eagles are the top defense in the NFC. The Eagles are the top defense probably in the entire NFL right now. Okay. The Eagles actually have a defense going into this playoff game in these playoffs. So um that's what we could really put a feather in our cap over is the Eagles defense. Um Obviously, the first two matchups between Jayden Daniels, the first time, he might have had the rib injury, whatever the case may be. He wasn't using his legs as much in that game. But that second game, though, he really started to really execute more plays with his legs, and he did a really good job on us, unfortunately. The Eagles were up in that game, and unfortunately, we lost our quarterback 21-0. You know? So they're going to feel really good about themselves. The fans should feel good about themselves. I get it. I completely get it 100%. But they got to get through the fucking Eagles if they can get there. The Eagles got to take care of business regardless. They're in control of their own destiny regardless. So Kenny says it was Joey. It was Frankie Lou hit really changed the game. Oh, I mean, I don't know. The Frankie Lulu hit, the Frankie Louvu hit on Jared Goff never got called. Jayden Daniels gets hit the same way, never gets called. I mean, there was some bad. I mean, we know the whole KC. I mean, I can't even. You can't even get 5 steps in front of that quarterback without something being fucking called. The two players from the Texans running into each other while, Mahomes slid on the ground. I mean, there were so many fucking bad. I mean, this is bad, bro. I mean, referees are controlling these games now. I mean, that's how bad this shit is. It's really bad now. And, the Eagles have had to fight referees all year. And it seems like all these teams are fighting. All these teams are fighting referees all year. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, dude. But Eagles got to win tomorrow, take care of business, and and that's it. Roll Philly Dogs with the super chat. Thank you so much. He says, Joey, how you feeling about tomorrow? I feel good, man. Look, the game plans are probably going to be up. The game plans are going to be ruined tomorrow just because of the weather. It's supposed to be like 5+ inches of snow in Philadelphia. So realistically, like, we don't know how bad the winds are going to be. Visibly, we don't know if these quarterbacks will be able to see the weather that we're going to get tomorrow. And, it's going to affect your special teams. It's going to affect your kickoff. It's going to affect Jake Elliott. So realistically, it's going to come down to the run game, short pass game, whatever they can possibly do. Depends how the weather consists throughout the game. I want to know if the passing game is actually going to be okay, but, and how heavy the snow is going to be and how strong these winds are going to be. So I think, literally, you have one of the most undersized defensive lines for the Rams. One of the most undersized defensive lines. Literally, I think their top weight guy, I think is like 280 pounds. They don't even have a defensive lineman over 300 pounds. Okay. The Eagles control the run game, time of possession, and we're gonna rely this game on Hurts and obviously Saquon Barkley most likely. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I feel good. I feel good about it. I do. Jared Verse talking all this bullshit the other day about Eagles fans, so it's crazy, man. DC Big Oso says, I want the Eagles to get the job done tomorrow because I don't want no damn excuses when Jayden Daniels beats the team again. Well, you'll see what happens. Next time we'll have our quarterback in the entire game, and then we'll see what happens. So it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see. Garrett Mitchell says, Verse going to eat his words. Well, he already did. Did you see what happened? He actually backtracked. It was like, oh, what's said is said. What's said is done. Like he backtracked already, like, because he knew that it blew up on social media. It was blowing up all over the place. And now he's starting to backtrack a little bit. And then like McVay was like, I support what he said. I agree with what he said. Oh yeah, dude. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Now he's backtracking, you know? So, yeah, appreciate super chat, man. Very much. Shark says, Joey MF Shakes. What up? What's going on, Shark? How you doing, man? What's going on, bro? Hope you're having a good night tonight. Miles Daniels is so much better than Hurts. It's not even funny. If we beat the Rams, we will lose to the Commanders. Daniels will slice and dice our defense. I don't believe that at all. I think if you don't have any, obviously, if you're not putting points up offensively, I think Jayden Daniels and Jalen Hurts, um, they just run the offenses way. They just run the offenses differently. Just that they're just a little different. That's all. Obviously, Jayden Daniels has been really good in the pass game. I mean, accuracy, he was great today. He was fantastic today. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he looked really good today. But both defenses looked horrible today. Regardless, the Washington's defense looked bad. Detroit's defense looked really bad. It just came down to the offenses and who would make the less mistakes. And obviously, Washington made they barely, I think they made like one mistake. And Detroit, shot themselves in the foot on 4th and 2 like 3 times. Then they're in red zone, 4th and 2 again. They had 12 men on the field. You know what I mean? So they shot themselves in the foot too. I mean, they didn't look good, man. They didn't for a first seed, man. They those injuries caught up to them and both defenses didn't play great, but I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything about like Jayden Daniels played great. I thought the run game was good. Thought his accuracy was amazing. When they couldn't really contain him most of the game. I thought he did a good job. The read options, the play action. I mean, and because they do everything so quickly on these read options, on these RPOs, man, you don't know if he's keeping the ball, he's handed it off. Like, you're tricking out these defenses, no containment, and you'll have some of these free run lanes sometimes, and the run game obviously worked too. So I thought they did a good job. Clark with the super chat says we have a huge opportunity. Beat LA first. Yeah. I mean, that's really it. We control our own destiny now. So we control our own destiny. Look, at the end of the day, if the Eagles get to the NFC Championship game and Washington beats Philadelphia, okay? If Washington beats the Philadelphia Eagles, I will give them respect. I will give them respect for it. Simple as that. You know what I mean? A win is a win at the end of the day. They got the win today. They're in the NFC Championship game, and the Eagles have a game tomorrow that controls their own destiny of having a home field advantage throughout the playoffs. So the Eagles ended up getting what they wanted besides the extra week of rest, which they rested guys week 18. Okay, they rested guys the last week. They didn't have that extra week. But the second seed has been pretty much probably the best path for the Eagles as of right now. Okay, I think. Okay, Washington put a beat down. Okay, it was back and forth. They scored a lot of points. Both defenses played really bad. Okay, I think Washington made it look really easy on that defense, and that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, there's 18 players on IR. Okay, you would think. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I want this. It was the battle of the offenses. And that's pretty much how it went, and that's how the game went. See how it goes. Kiago says KC will not win the Super Bowl this year. They're going to lose next week. Yeah, that's what I think, dude. Like, unless the refs are totally in that fucking game, I don't know what they're going to do, honestly. I mean, the missed calls, the two fucking Texans, literally running into each other while Mahomes slid, and they barely even hit him on that play. The same hit that C.J. Stroud had, never called, and Mahomes gets hit. Remember that one out of bounds, and he flopped out of bounds? Like, everybody was talking about it. It literally went viral today. I think the Chiefs have been viral all year, but especially in a playoff game, like, it was embarrassing. Like, everybody was talking about it. Even players that aren't even in the playoffs right now, players sitting home watching the game are tweeting at it. Everybody's talking about it. It's bullshit. Total bullshit, man. The game is all fucked up right now. It's really like we're literally relying on these refs to we're relying on these refs to do everything. It's horrible, man. It's horrible. Warriors race. Let's talk about how Luvu headhunted Hurts and try to do the same to Goff. We're going to need stack some bodies if we make it to the championship game. Washington doesn't deserve kindness. No, definitely not. I mean, he got away with it. He got away with it. Look, at the end of the day, Goff is going for the play. After that, after the turnover, okay, Goff is trying to make a play. And if he's trying to make a play, then you have every obligation to lay him out if he's going for the play. But realistically, he like headhunted him. Like he grabbed him and then he pretty much hit him bottom of the helmet to the neck. I mean, it is what it is. And the Eagles are going to be in a dogfight. If we win on Sunday after Sunday. So this is how it is, man. It's how it is. Kiagos says communist fans need the fuck out of here. It took them the last minute to score to win by 3, and Hurts was outstopped. Yeah, I know. I get it, dude. I get it. They celebrated. They celebrated that win for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I mean, literally, and they didn't clinch anything that week when they beat us. So they'll tell you, oh, we beat the number one offense. Sorry, we beat the number one defense, where our defense was on the field the entire game because we had Kenny Pickett thrown in the game after we were up 21-0, and we pretty much fell apart at that point without no starting quarterback. So, they're not going to look at it that way. That's just how it's going to be. So, that's just what it is. King of the Nerds with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. It says stars lined up for Eagles. Just do it. No excuses. Yeah. I mean, realistically, it just comes down to the weather on Sunday, how bad it's going to be. And I think both game plans are going to change for both sides, for the Rams. I'm sorry, for the Rams, for the Eagles. Like, it really just depends on this weather, what happens. Really just depends, Mark says replay needs to be used on these bad calls. Yeah, I don't know, man. They need to change something. It's ruining the game. I already knew going to the playoffs that, I mean, I don't, it just makes no sense to me how they get away with things. I mean, there was a face mask, okay? Apparently there was a face mask on Washington. It never even happened in the game. They called a face mask on the running back. I don't know if it was Gibbs or Montgomery. I forgot who it was. And there was no fucking face mask. Like, if players can get fined every single game for doing stupid shit, okay, these referees are gonna get stalked, and like I'm telling you, like that. It reminds me of that Seattle Green Bay game, that interception that was taken away, that was clearly in one of their hands, and it was taken away, and obviously, that referee literally had to go into hiding because he was getting literally his life he was stalked. I mean, it's going to get to that point. Like, someone is going to go crazy. It's going to get to that point now. So, of course, he grabbed shoulder, but yeah, he didn't even grab the face mask. So it's just, there's got to be a new rule in the system now where they have to, there's got to be, they have to, any type of call, they have to do a replay of it. But it's a narrative. It's like certain plays they show replays, and certain ones they don't show anything on some of these really bad calls. Jordan said if Smitty makes that catch, it was game. Yeah, I get it. I'm not worried about that now. I mean, that's what it is. Yeah, if Saquon won against the Falcons, if Saquon caught that ball against the Falcons, if this, if that, if this, if that, I'm not worried about all that. I'm not worried about all that. It's over and done with. We got Chris Dog with the super chat. What's going on, man? Says, yo, Joey, what's up, man? Sucks the Chiefs win. Refs help them. Google's now black. TikTok getting banned now. Yeah, I've seen that. TikTok is down. I think it's going to come back up soon. I think he's going to extend it, so it might be down for a little bit, but it'll probably come back. So, we'll see what happens. Appreciate the super chat, man, so much. Kane says you can't keep getting away from this. You can't keep getting from fucking Breaking Bad. Frank says, yeah, people are losing a lot of money because of some of these calls, and let the wrong one lose their savings or a shit ton of money, and they could go after. Yeah, I mean, that's what's going to happen. That's why you got to bet smart. You really got to bet smart. That's probably the number one thing. You can afford to lose it. That's all that matters. Warriors, I mean, they call a PI on cue when the wide receiver for Green Bay was acting like he was tripping up and wasn't even being pulled. Or I know, and you know that's what happens, man. They have to go over replays on shit like that. Crucial flags or every flag that's called, there should be somewhat of a rule where they make a second decision every time it happens. You know, and you know what I mean, or something like that. I know it's going to make the game a lot longer, but they're going to have to do that because it's getting ridiculous now. Kyle says, "Yo, Joey, it's the same shit I saw the Patriots when Brady was there. Yeah. They need to allow replay assists on calls like that. Yeah, it's bad, bro. It's really bad. So it wouldn't shock me if the Eagles are going to deal with that bullshit. I mean, imagine if it's snowing heavy with wind and they're calling every damn call that. I mean, if they can even see what the fuck is going on in this game tomorrow for the Eagles. So Torval said, Joey, the stage is set for a possible home field game next week. Got to take care of business against the Rams. Offensive line needs to dominate. Yeah, it's going to come down to the trenches, bro. It's going to come down to the trenches. You know, so we'll see what happens. But I mean, obviously, you know, you have a very well over undersized defensive line for the Rams, and the Eagles manhandled them last time. So we'll see what their game plan is going to be for tomorrow. If the Eagles are, or if they're going to if they're going to hone in on Saquon Barkley or not. And like I said, the weather's going to be a big part of this game for tomorrow. So yeah, guys, you guys haven't hit the like button, definitely hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys have it. Get a membership for all the future draft content that I'll be putting out. Doesn't matter what tier. Appreciate it so much from everybody. I would love to tackle an official. um, Warriors raised that these refs about to start having their lives at risk because some of the crazy sports better will hold his $1 million loss on bad calls against. Yeah, it's someone's gonna get killed over this shit. It probably will. Chris Dog with the super chat. Thank you so much, Bases. You think Lions will get worse entering 2025 after they lost today? It really depends. Like they're going to lose Ben Johnson. They're going to lose their defensive coordinator as well. They're going to lose both of those guys. You know, at least they had those guys for a couple years with us, man. It's like we lose we have to worry about losing Kellen Moore, and they already came out with news today that Kellen Moore could really be Kellen Moore is one of the top prospects right now, at least one of the first two prospects right now for a head coaching job in Dallas. And I don't know. You know what's crazy for me? Like after watching some of these playoff games, like I say to myself, man, like I think the Eagles' offense is still held back so much. I don't even feel like the Eagles have really reached their peak yet offensively. I feel like nothing they do is quick. They don't, and every time they do, like I see like the Lions doing all these trick plays today. I'm like, man, like well, some of them worked and some of them didn't, but man, they're good at doing that. The Eagles are just bad at doing that. I don't feel the Eagles' offense is, I think I felt like that. I have felt like that the entire season. I don't think the Eagles' offense is really where it should be at right now. I mean, it's fine, but I think it should be so much better right now. You know, I mean, it's like the handoffs, like some of these handoffs are really slow. I see quick handoffs from other teams. The screen passes take I mean, by the time Jalen Hurts looks to his right to throw a football, I mean, everyone reads where the play is going. I mean, nothing is quick. Like I feel like it's just, you know, I don't know. It's annoying at times. I don't think, I think Moore has been good, but I don't think he's been like flawless. You understand? Like, I don't think he's been like anything crazy. I think he's been good, but I don't think he's been like master level offensive coordinator. You know, I think Vic Fangio has been at his best, no doubt. I mean, building this defense that he has built, the Eagles have the best defense in the playoffs right now. I mean, realistically, yeah, especially the rest of the NFC right now. I think the Eagles have the best defense, man, and that's what some of these offenses can't beat right now. You know. Jade says, Chris, I think, hold on. Chris says, you think they're going to win tomorrow? Yeah, I do. I think they're definitely going to win tomorrow. Whether it doesn't matter what the weather is, I think they're going to have a really big game tomorrow. Cam Nerd says Gainwell needs at least 5 carries. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't really even care, man. I don't even care, to be honest. So, but we'll see. I need Barkley to get as much as possible. He's well rested. He's fine. That's has been saying since all preseason. Respect Washington. They serious. We still got to keep focus on Rams. No, I agree. I agree. But at the end of the day, they have to beat us. If we survive another week tomorrow, they got to beat us at our house, regardless. Okay, and they have to, if they do, if they beat us, next week, if that's the case, if we get to that game, I will give them respect, man. I won't be rooting for them the rest of the way, but I'll give them respect on the win if that's the case. But, how much do you take out of this Washington Detroit game? I mean, this is a number 1 seed that was pretty fucking hyped up going into this game. 15 wins, and that's what they looked like. You know what I mean? A lot of props goes to Washington, but a lot of props goes to just really how bad Detroit is, too. Because there were some throws that Goff like got really fucking greedy. He got greedy on a couple throws, and it costed them. You know what I mean? So it really came down. It really came down to both. It came down to both offenses and who made the less mistakes. I mean, Washington definitely should be in deserving of that win from what they did, but at the same time, dude, like they have no fucking defense, man. Like their defense caught. I mean, the injuries have caught up to them. I mean, they had nobody, and they were losing more guys. So I'm sitting there thinking, man, if like Detroit actually wins this game, they're gonna be out like another 3, 4 fucking guys defensively, 3 guys defensively. You know what I mean? So it's kind of nuts, man. We got Adam with the super chat. What's going on, man? He said, if you told me 3 weeks ago we could have home field throughout the playoffs without being the 1 seed, I would have called you crazy. Detroit frauds. Get the job done tomorrow, and let's go Birds. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what happened, man. Goff looked horrible. I mean, Gibbs. I mean, I thought Montgomery. The snaps that he got, I thought he looked good. I thought everybody looked good besides Goff. I mean, Goff. He keeps the train rolling, man. He's the main factor that has to work out. But I don't think Washington's defense was good. There's a lot of tape on them now, especially in the playoffs and what they're doing in the playoffs. And yes, they could take things out of their back pocket, but I thought both defenses were really bad, man. Really bad. That fumble that Goff had, the strip on Goff, that one fumble screwed up everything. Like that was literally like you get a turnover, then boom, like you're good to go. You know what I mean? Then if you're scoring offensively on every single drive, I mean, it was an offensive game, dude. I mean, that's what it is. There's respect where it's given, but realistically, like both defenses didn't play well. I thought, um, even the KC Texans game, Texans had bad special teams. They couldn't punt. They never kicked in the fucking end zone. I mean, I don't know why they're even. It just confused me a little bit why they were doing what they were doing. So that's where I'm at, man. Appreciate the super, man. Adam with the super chat again. This is also just saying, I felt like the season has felt like 17. What happened in that playoffs, you ask? Team has emotional victory. Vikings get stomped next, win tomorrow, and beat the commies at home. Yeah, I mean, realistically, like if the Eagles win tomorrow, like Washington is going to have a lot. They're going to feel really good going into Philly. They're going to feel really good. Like they could beat anybody. Okay. And the Eagles are going to be in a dogfight. But, was this too much of an emotional win for a team that has a lot of new pieces, a rookie quarterback that's playing really good right now? So it really depends, man. Does it remind me exactly like 2017? Maybe we'll see, but time will tell. Shark with the super chat, thank you so much. Says Bahobes, 191 yards and 1 touchdown today. Last week, Hurts 168 yards and 2 touchdowns versus Packers. Lions and Vikings both fell. Hurts haters, shut the fuck up. Yeah, dude. They were calling Hurts the worst quarterback in the playoffs. And it's crazy, like I said earlier in the stream today, like 3 division leader teams, 3 fucking division leaders are not even in the fucking playoffs right now. It's all bullshit, dude. watching all these fucking podcasts and all this other shit that's going on, like, it doesn't even matter, dude, what these guys like, no one has credibility. Fans don't have credibility. Anybody that has an NFL fucking network doesn't have credit. No one has credibility. It's all bullshit. It's all just to it's all to do this, get us talking. That's all it is. No one's right, and no one's wrong. And most of the time everybody's fucking wrong. Half the time everybody's fucking wrong, you know? But what KC did do well is that fourth quarter, they closed out. That defense closed the Texans out. CJ Stroud ran too much. He got hit in the fucking knee a million times. You know, he ended up getting hurt. You know what I mean? So, got to be smarter than that. Got to be smarter than that. Roll Philly Dogs with Super Chat. Thank you so much, man. So, we got to get this W or Philly going to be loud. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, they lose this game tomorrow. Yeah. It's gonna be. I'll have a bone to pick. And look, I think realistically, we have to be realistic with the situation. Okay, Hurts literally got back from fucking concussion protocol. It was like half the fucking week, half of the week of practice. Like there was no big game plan. Like they didn't give him a big game plan. That's why the offense looked as dull as it did. And yeah, there were maybe have been 3 or 4 throws he could have made, but that's it though. Like when I saw Dan Orlovsky go over the tape from the Packers wild card game, there was nobody open. I mean, there was no creativity. Like it was the most. I mean, this is how much talent the Eagles have, man. And sometimes they have these fucking games where they just play so fucking bland offensively. You know what I mean? Um. So it's going to be interesting, man. Roll for the. Oh, I already said that. Appreciate that. Appreciate the super chat. By the way, man. Appreciate it so much. Adam, again, thank you so much, my friend. Says honestly, Texans should have won that game. It's crazy how all these QBs are self-proclaimed, and Hurts gets criticized when more people wake up and see that my man flat out wins. Fuck the media, wake up. No, it's true, dude. It's true, and you know that's all Hurts cares about. The league wants Hurts to be flashy, extend plays, throw with his arm. You know, Hurts can throw 16 to 21 times. Literally, you try not to throw Jalen Hurts over 21 times in a game. You have a 2,000-yard rusher. You have a 1,000-yard fucking receiver in A.J. Brown. You have a number 1 offensive line in the fucking league. Like, what else could you ask for? And why is still blame on this quarterback? How many pass attempts? How many pass attempts are these quarterbacks doing in the fucking playoffs? The Bills, the Ravens, like literally, like they're running the football like crazy. Almost the same exact way. And yet this quarterback gets the shit that he gets, man. You know? It's horrible. 2 or 3 of those possessions KC had, they should have fucking punted the ball. Because of like 3 stupid penalties, they were able to put points on the fucking board. Tired of them, man. They're not surviving they really shouldn't survive another fucking week. And I'm telling you right now, like, if they get saved yet again, okay, the fourth quarter, that defense closed the Texans out. That the fucking defense did a great job. I mean, they look like the Texans fucking gave up like that last part of that game. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. By the way, guys, there's 694 people that chat. Appreciate so much. I cover the Eagles every single day. If you definitely want to subscribe to the channel, like the stream. I will be streaming the game tomorrow, live play-by-play at 3 p.m. Eastern. So definitely check out the channel as well. I appreciate so much, guys. Let's see here. I think I read this one. I'm getting lost here. Oh, yeah, I'm over here. Sorry, chat's going crazy. Adam with a super chat. Thank you so much. He says, side note, I'll be first row Eagles side on the 20-yard line tomorrow. I'll make sure them boys are hungry. Fuck Jared Verse. He going to feel the link tomorrow. Welcome to the NFL, young one. Yeah, I mean, his comments on Eagle fans, I mean, realistically, like, he's acting like he's a 12-year vet. He's acting like the Eagles are in his division. Like, what's with all the hatred, and why even say all this during a playoff week? Like, and of course the Eagles are going to hear about this. The players are going to hear about this. Okay, we're going to stomp a mud hole in them. We're going to stomp a fucking mud hole in them. No joke. Mark says choke season for Detroit. It's fucking crazy, bro. It's crazy. Yo, I mean, 15-win season, bro, and that's what they looked like. I mean, that's insane, man. Shark with the super chat. Thank you so much. Is exactly 100. Chiefs defense held them down all season, but with us, they say the defense is carrying us. No, they're doing their fucking job. No, how many games was it? 10? What was it? How many games? 9? How many I'm trying to word this right. How many one possession game wins did they have this season? KC. Like 9, 10? I mean, by a fucking hair. It reminds me of the Eagles from last year, winning by a hair in these ugly fucking games last year. That's what it reminds me of. It's fucking insane, dude. It's fucking insane. I don't know. It makes me sick. Everybody on social media was literally shitting on the case. It was shitting on KC. I mean, it's literally it's so bad, bro. Like, I already knew. I'm not surprised that shit happened today. I ain't fucking surprised. Aaron with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. I just came from 500 stream, and everybody in Eagles fans are saying Jayden is better than Hurts, and Brian Pumper is saying that Hurts is a bum. Oh, whatever, dude. I don't give a fuck about that dude. I don't care about that dude. There are literally people like sending me like I mean I appreciate super chats, but like don't even send me a super chat if you're gonna like shit on the quarterback. Unless you're like a rival, then I get it. But like, I mean, you know, the quarterback that got you to the fucking playoffs and what this quarterback has done since the 21 season, bro. Like, I mean, there's I don't even know if these guys are Eagle fans, bro. I really don't. I don't even fucking know anymore. Like, who's a fucking fan and who's not? Like, I don't even know. You know? It's crazy. All right. I don't know. Yeah, 7 or 8. Yeah, it must have been that, I think. Warriors, appreciate super chat, by the way, man. Warriors races, yeah, imagine being a player and telling the fans of a team you guys are doing your job and getting in my head and emotional. Oh, shit. Adam says, in the wise word, appreciate super chat. In the wise words of legend, no one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care because we're from Philly. Fucking Philly. Go Birds, baby. Let's hunt. Side note, love you, Joey. Keep killing. I appreciate it so much. We are like less than, I think we're like 30 something subscribers. And I never talk about this, but I just saw it today. We're like 30 something subscribers away from 30K already. So if you guys have it and you want some Eagles content every day, I'm here. Just saying. Appreciate that super, man. Appreciate it so much. Kind words, Adam. Philly Raptors' his playoff bye week might have cooled the Lions off a smidgen. That's why I like having the Giants as our playoff bye. Hurts knocked the rust off first Green Bay. This Eagles team is in playoff form. Yeah. You're hoping that it's going to look better. Okay. Like I said before. Okay. Hurts was out 3.5 fucking weeks. Came back midweek of a playoff practice. Okay. Wednesday, he came back. So we thought it was rust. We thought it was. I don't even think Hurts even had rust, to be honest with you. I think the play calling was just. I think the game plan was dumbed down entirely. And that's pretty much. I thought that's what I thought happened, and that's what it looked like, But Sam says everything goes to Philly now. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Second seed. We've had home playoff games, bro. It's fucking nuts, and you can potentially have another home playoff game. Yo, they said another Eagles channel that bashes our team all. Yeah, I don't get those people, bro. I don't get them. I can't stand negative. I'm not trying to be negative at times, but I'm trying to be realistic about shit. Like, look, like the Commanders won today. I congratulated them. I talked about how Jayden Daniels had a great game, but then I back up, I push the brakes, and I say, don't go crazy over it because Detroit looked like what they looked like, and it caught up to them, unfortunately. You know what I mean? That's huge, man. It's huge. They're calling Washington the underdogs, which that's a bunch of bullshit because that fucking team has been hyped up the entire year. The narrative of the Washington has been they're calling Jayden Daniels the fucking assassin. I mean, look, he's played well, but do not put them as fucking underdogs. They they are not fucking underdogs. Let's get that fucking right. Let's get that right. Yeah, sure. They assembled. I mean, the crazy thing is the Jets tried to do it a few years ago. They rebuilt a team. They signed a lot of cap space. Okay, they had a lot of cap space. They signed all these players. The Jets tried to do it. They failed. The Tennessee Titans tried to do it this year. They fucking failed. Okay, and as of right now, um, the Washington Commanders, Washington, they got a new fucking GM, new owner, head coach, two new coordinators, and they had $95 million in cap space. They signed 17 free agents. I mean, it's a hit or miss, but that's pretty crazy that they're this successful. Got the right quarterback with the right coordinator that knows how to use him. I mean, they ended up in a really good situation. Really good situation. A lot of teams that literally pile up on cap space and get all those players and I mean, it never usually happens that fast. And it happened pretty damn quick. Adam with the super chat says Hurts out 3 weeks with a way worse concussion than people realize, and they give him crap. Be better fans than media. If it was Mahomes, media would glaze him saying he has no help. We coming for it all. Yeah. Just like the offense is carrying Jalen Hurts, and we saw what that looked like. And after fucking Tanner McKee played, like, even the last game against the Giants, like, he almost threw two. I mean, everybody was glazing over Tanner McKee. Oh, look at the guy, 6'5", 6'6". He could see over the fucking line. He could throw perfect passes. He almost threw like two fucking picks that were dropped in that game, dude. Like, I don't fucking get it, man. I mean, Tanner McKee and Kenny Pickett faced the two worst fucking teams, like, between the Cowboys and the fucking Giants. And, like, everybody was, like, on the fucking Tanner McKee train for some weird, like ever since we won a Super Bowl, the fucking fan base has been fucking weird, man. Like, I don't know where all these fucking Eagle fans came from. Like, I really fucking don't. I don't. It makes no sense to me, dude. Like, there's some weird fucking people out there. I don't get, like, I don't get it. Adam was super chat. Hurts out 3 weeks with it. Wait, oh, I already read that. Sorry. Appreciate that. Appreciate it so much, man. Aaron with a super chat. Hey Joey, just know I appreciate you, man. Everything you do when your honesty. I believe we win it all the way. Don't care what people say. Me neither, man. At the end of the day, we have more football to fucking watch. You know what I mean? We're not sitting on the couch watching other teams. Like, we have more football to watch, and that's all that matters. At the end of the day, it's all that matters. So I'm feeling pretty damn good. Appreciate the nice comment, by the way, Aaron. Appreciate it so much, man. And the support, as usual, man. We got D with the super chat. Thank you so much. Says, what up, Joey? I'm from Michigan, like my birds. We are going to win. Hopefully we win tomorrow. It's crazy how a rookie has gotten this far, just like you said. Yeah, dude, I give a lot of respect to Washington and what they did. And what Dan Quinn has done over there. Yeah, of course, man. I'm not one of those persona content creators that just says things to rile people up, or I'm not one of them fucking dudes, and I don't do shit for more fucking views, and I don't care. Like, I'm realistic from start to finish of the season, and that's really it. People like me for, and then look, if I'm wrong about something, I was wrong about Nakobe Dean, I was wrong about Nolan Smith, and I ate my words on that in multiple fucking times, multiple fucking videos. I ate my words on a lot of things. You know what I mean? So I'm very straight up with shit. Trust me. And when I say, hey, Washington had a really good fucking win and they should be excited, yeah, they're gonna have a lot of momentum coming into Philadelphia if the Eagles win tomorrow. There's no doubt about it. They're gonna have a lot of momentum. There's no doubt. No doubt. Appreciate the super chat. Adam with the super chat. What's going on, man? He says, I'm going to be honest. I blame a lot of the people's take on 94 WIP. They spin narratives so people listen. That's where all the fake fans come from. The man is stickadum host wants to make hot takes for stuff. Nah, dude, I don't listen to WIP. I never. The only person I like from WIP is like Xander. Xander's like the only one I actually like. Other than that, I really don't even. I don't even fucking care. You know, I don't really care. Like they almost had my channel fucking. They almost got my channel like fucking removed. A couple years ago, and I'll never forget that. Like they didn't even like message me or anything. They almost got my channel taken down. Over like radio reactions or some shit that I was doing. I don't respect. I'm not an X's and O's guy. I don't really talk well. I have issues with my fucking brain when I talk sometimes. So sometimes I don't make any sense. So like at the end of the day, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm just myself covering the Eagles content, and that's really it. Like I'm just myself at the end of the day. I don't care about anything else. Support's been great. Without you guys, this is nothing. You guys are the MVPs. So, appreciate that super chat, Adam. Shark with the super chat. It hurts out 3 weeks with a head injury. It's no practice, no playing, no playbook, and no film study. Half week of practice with no AJ, no Smitty, still won. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like that's why it just looked so fucking dull. That offense against Green Bay just looked horrible, man. The defense really carried, man, a lot. So, you know, you got Morgan Holmes in the super chat. Thank you so much. Says, how about Eagles win tomorrow? I'm a true fan. Hey, you know what? Being a true fan is good. You know, like those people that talk shit about Jalen Hurts are still gonna watch the fucking game because they're clowns. So that's where I'm at. Yo, 30 and a wake up. What's going on, man? This is Rams fan. Been checking out all the Philly channels. You put out some great stuff. Enjoy hearing the Eagles fan point of view. Yeah, I appreciate it so much, man. Appreciate it so much. And good luck tomorrow, man. It's gonna be a tough one for you guys. We'll see with the weather. We'll see what happens with the weather, but it should be a good game though. Should be a good game. So definitely the Rams have been. I mean, they were on a hot after obviously when we faced the Rams earlier in the season when they first got healthy, they were not healthy beginning of the season. We beat them and then they got on a really good hot streak. And now it comes down to meet up again. So we'll see what happens, man. But I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate it so much. Beyond, man. Beyond, beyond, beyond. Um, let's see here. Okay, well, so I'm pumped for tomorrow. A Snow Bowl 2.0. Did I miss something here? Oh, I didn't miss anything. Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm pumped up for tomorrow. Snow Bowl 2.0. Let them big boys up front just push forward, and Barkley can go for 200 plus again. Yeah, I think potentially it could happen again. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I think it really could happen again. So we'll see. Reese with the good vibes says Nolan Smith Jr. going to get 2 sacks. Nolan Smith, man, has been absolutely fucking. Let me tell you something, dude. I had no faith in that guy during like preseason. He had like 2 unblocked sacks in preseason. I was like, he's not really doing it for me. But I have to realize this: Nolan Smith barely played last year under Sean Desai and fucking Matt Patricia when they switched defensive coordinators. Great job they did there. Oh man, realistically, like I think you have to double down on edge rusher next year. If they lose Josh Sweat and Brandon Graham, they don't want to bring him back. They want to bring Brandon Graham back, or I think they have to double down on edge rusher next year, no doubt, on top of other positions. But I think edge rusher should be that we need that piece next to Jalen Carter. That's Jalen Carter is going to wreak havoc. With a apex predator on the edge, I think that would be a great thing. So great thing. 30 Wake Up says definitely going to be tough. Hoping McVay goes deep in the playbook. We have to get ahead, or it's going to be a long day. Yeah, well, I think like I said, partially it's going to come down to the fucking weather, because if it's 5+ inches and it's coming down and it's windy, it's going to be a different game. Like there's going to be like no game plan. It's going to be like whatever starts working is going to work. Like that's how the game is going to go with these snowball games. That's how it goes, man. So literally you could kind of throw everything out the window at that point. So, Garrett Bill says, I'm in the VA and deal with Commander fans. Oh, damn. I feel bad for you, but hey, as long as you're repping the birds, that's all that matters. Phil Fiver says, put a poll asking, do you appreciate what Jalen's done? That'll root out the fake fans. Do we appreciate what do just to say do we appreciate what Jalen has done? See. Tay says, "Yo, just getting off work. Can't wait for tomorrow. Go Birds. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming in." To all the Dolan doubters. Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like at the time, like why can't somebody have a different opinion at the time when a player is playing and they're not doing well? Like, what's the problem with that? Like, I don't get it. I wasn't on board with fucking with drafting Jalen Hurts because they were paying fucking they just paid Wentz a monster contract. A second round pick is a starter on the fucking field, bro. You know what I mean? Like there's shit like that. It's like it's not that I disliked it. It's just that either someone's not producing or it was a bad move. I don't, and things do change. You know. Philly Raptors Rams are healthier this time around. Should be a close game. BG and the Kobe Dean have great games in LA and neither play tomorrow. Yeah, well, I'm actually really excited for BG. I think they've done well without BG. That's number one. Okay. You can compare some things to the last game. A lot of time has passed by. So I wouldn't go too much on that, but I'll say this, like I think the pass rush has been fine. And I think Nakobe Dean being out is a loss, but I think Jeremiah, with Zach Bond being the green dot for Sunday now for tomorrow, I think Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is going to he's going to have his shot now. And we haven't seen much. We've seen flashes when the Eagles have some leads in these games. You saw Jeremiah Trotter Jr. come in and have a nice pass rush or do some things, downhill or coverage or things like that. So, this is first full game as an Eagle. If they're going to use him for a full game, hopefully that's what they're going to be doing. I trust Trotter Jr. over Burks, and that's just me though. So, we'll see what happens. Pat says, keep an eye on Landon Jackson, defenseman from Arkansas, 6'7", 280, could go mid-late first round. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm going to be going into the draft stuff. If you guys haven't got a membership, the pinned comment, if you guys haven't picked up, you will have to go to the pinned comment in the chat. Doesn't matter. $2 a month, you get all this extra content for draft highlight reactions. Going over on the normal stuff. We do go over everybody, but we do a lot of video and stuff like that for the members. Go pick up a membership for $2 a month. The next few months are going to be crazy content wise. So definitely go pick one up if you guys have it for the extra draft content. Try to get more memberships on the channel and stuff. So I do appreciate it. The extra content will be there soon, but I appreciate it so much. 38 Wake Up says if it snows a lot for us, it'll be a lot of puka screens at sweeps. I'm sure the D is going to run blitz a lot late in this game. If he guessed the wrong gap, Super Bowl is gone. Let me tell you, Puka Nacua did a good job on us last game. So, I mean, he's like the number one threat for me is him. I think the running back is really good too. And if Stafford has protection, man, he could pretty much throw anything at that point. So those are like the three main ones for me going into this game. I think the tight end is good too. So, we'll see what happens. But Puka is like the number one that needs to be stopped, no doubt. So I completely, a lot on the line for both teams, no doubt. Live said the Lions beat the Vikings, the Packers. They were 50-2 just stopped the Commanders. Kicked ass. No, they did. They did. Yeah, but why do you look at records, bro? Like, records mean nothing in the playoffs. Like, records mean nothing. Means nothing. Like, once you go from regular season to the playoffs, it's a different game now. Like, the records don't mean nothing. You're 0-0 when you start the playoffs. Like, it means I think people are so generic with their answers. Like, oh, well, they were 50-2. It's like, yeah, dude, but I mean, come on now. They had a first round bye. They rested. They have a bad Washington's defense was bad. Fucking Detroit's defense was worse. And that's it, man. And it came down to both offenses, which offense was going to make less of the mistakes. And Washington was great. That's it. But truth is truth, man. Don't have tunnel vision. I don't think Washington has a great defense. I don't. I don't think and Detroit's defense was way worse. You know? It is what it is. see here. Slam and Shoot on 24 says we have to think we were going in this year after the shitstorm that happened last year. Of course, with some players we weren't sold on, but what a turnaround with this defense. Oh yeah, and it took time. I said before the season started, I already knew that the defense was gonna go through its bumps and bruises. I expected the offense. Now it's Saquon Barkley, and then they got Jahan Dotson in a trade. I figured, yeah, like the offense should be running on like everything possible. Like there's no excuse for the offense. The defense, new defensive coordinator, same-ish type scheme, but the scheme just got better. Just remember, Cooper DeJean didn't even fucking play the first 4 or 5 fucking weeks. Avonte Maddox was at the inside corner spot. There was a lot of changes. You drafted 2 DBs. Like you stole 2 first-round DBs, literally. I mean, there was 15 offensive players taken off the board in a row, which led the Eagles to jumping in front of Green Bay to go get Cooper DeJean, a first-round talent. I mean, if I'm look, if the Eagles had no defense this year, I would be very nervous going, into this next game or into the playoffs in general when it started. But the Eagles actually have a fucking defense and a coordinator that doesn't set these players up to fail. Um, like my understanding of the whole situation offensively is that some games they look at their top, some games they're in the middle, and some games they do just enough to win. And for me, I don't think Kellen Moore is like this mastermind coordinator because I don't really trust Nick Sirianni being involved, not being involved in things. But what I could say is this: I don't think Kellen Moore is the best coordinator I don't think he's anything. I think he's good, but I don't think I think the offense has definitely been held back this entire year from doing more. I think they showed flashes and glimpses of certain things that they could do, but they just don't do it. You always treat every game differently, but I at least with the Lions offense, they've shown that they're pretty dominant every fucking game. And but if the Eagles can pass the ball, they'll pass the ball. If they want to run, they could run. If they want to do this, if they want to do that, like, you know, it's it's kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts. Miles, if the Rams stack the box, should the Eagles throw the ball? Even if it depends. It just depends, dude. Like we're not looking through. I don't know what we're gonna see weather wise. It could be heavy snow may come, and then maybe it's light snow where they could throw the ball. I have no idea. We got to see what it looks like. I don't know. It depends on the situation. Like that's not an easy question to answer because number one, we're not on the field. We don't know what Jalen Hurts is seeing in real time. If unless you're at the game and you're like, damn, I can't see a fucking thing. There's no way they're passing this fucking ball. So I guess we'll see what it looks like before the game starts and see if like there's actually going to be a passing game involved. You know what I mean? Ocean, what's going on, man? He says Gibbs ran all over them, and SA had 109 yards in the first quarter. We were up 21-7. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson got ejected. I'm not worried at all, but Super Bowl is and has my eyes wide open. I agree. Totally agree. We got Aaron with the super chat. What's going on, man? It says defensive end Abdul Carter from Penn State wants to get drafted by the Eagles. He says that it's his dream. I hope we get him would make the defense more dangerous. Oh yeah, I mean, hey, let's just pray to God he has a better attitude than fucking Micah Parsons. Let's just hopefully think that he's gonna have a better attitude, um, a better mindset, in the NFL. Um, yeah, it would be great. But I don't know if you're gonna last that long. I don't know if he's gonna last that long on the draft board too much. So there's plenty of other guys. Like realistically, like I don't think they have to get the best guy, but they have to get one of the best guys. May not be the number one guy going forward, but we'll see, what happens in the meantime. Hold on, let me fix my chat real quick. My chat got all fucked up. Hold on. Sorry. I had to put this chat thing back in. It's like I have to find a new chat overlay thing because it gets all it like dies on me. I don't know why. Appreciate that super chat, man. By the way, appreciate it so much, Aaron. Brad says, Joey, say it. The link, #1 seed now. Dude, it literally feels like we are the #1 seed. No doubt. See. Frankie said we need Art the Clown to help us eliminate the Rams. He would help out tremendously. I could send him over. Art says Randall Washington to get to the Super Bowl. We need that. This is the true Kenny Mose 26 says the true #1 seed. The true #1 seed. Hell yeah, bro. Hell's yeah. Philly fans, the referee that ejected Chauncey on the Commanders game is the head referee. Yeah, his name is Sean Smith. I saw it the other day. It really sucks, man. I think we'll be all right. Yeah, I know people have been mentioning Sawyer's name as well. The NFC East is back, bro. Yeah, it really is. It's gonna be a hell of a game. Do you know the amount of attention that game is gonna have? Like, just imagine the NFC Championship game in Philadelphia and an NFC East third matchup. I mean, that's fucking amazing, bro. That's just gonna be a big fucking game. D'Anthony Harris to scam Campbell and the fraud Lions. Damn, those fans look, dude. Imagine spending all the money that they spend. That's why I would be afraid. I mean, I get tickets for cheap anyway. Like, I can get tickets for like nothing, but I just never go. Um, These I'm scared because the pressure is on us, and if we lose, we got the #1 seed. Well, I wouldn't say be scared, bro, but feel pretty damn good. Yeah, it sucked watching all these games today. I'm like, man, I wish we actually played today. It would have been great. It would have been fucking awesome to play today. Ian Miles says, "Go Birds." What's going on, man? John Joe, I want Ben Johnson, the OC from Detroit, if Kellen Moore's gone. I don't know, dude. Ben Johnson doesn't work with people. And that's the reason why, like, Nick needs to let the coordinator. I don't even know what's going on now, dude. I don't know if Nick still gets involved in play calling still. It's last game. I mean, it looked like that was Nick's playbook last week by the way they were running it. But Ben Johnson's going to be a guy that wants full control, and he's not sharing it with anybody. And that's pretty much the truth to all that. 30 Wake Up says this game is going to have a lot of attention. Philly playing and the host the NFC Championship game in Philly and the Rams hosting in LA. Both are good for the NFL. Oh, yeah, 100%, dude. 100%. Having a home game for the NFC Championship game is huge, man. It's huge, man. Pat says Rams wouldn't be hosting in LA, sadly. It would probably be in Arizona again. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, and then like fans would have to travel. Yeah, I don't know how that would. I don't know if that would work out for. I don't know if that would work out for the Rams too much. Then, I forgot about that. Totally forgot about that. Father Provider Protector says, "Man, this is the best possible outcome for Philly. If Smitty don't drop the ball, we beat Commies easy. I get it, dude, but it is what it is, bro. Like you understand, like if Saquon didn't drop that ball, would they have fixed everything at the bye week? If he didn't drop that ball against the Falcons, would they have fixed everything by the bye week? That's what I'm saying, dude. Like things happen for a reason. Things just happen for a reason. You can't like be like, oh, we're one drop away, we're two drops away. I mean, you can't live like that. You can't live on what ifs. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking done. It's over with. It's done with, man. So, okay, so let's play good, clean game. No injuries. Go home with a dub. Yeah, I don't think the injuries. I don't think the injuries. I don't think Washington had many injuries. They had. I think the guard went out, and I don't know if he came back. So, and they seem, and then they lost him, and they still seem like they were fine. So. Jayden isn't a world beater. He's doing what Stroud did last year. No team knows what he'll do and the limitations of his game. He's a talented player. Watch the league catch up. Well, it's going to catch up after a year. It's going to catch up after a year or two because everyone's going to have, everybody. And it depends, man. Like it depends what coordinator they get. I don't know if Kingsbury's going to be is going to be a head coach again. He's been thinking about it, but he said that he might stay another year in Washington. So if they lose him, then they have to bring somebody else in, you know. Yeah, I'm saying we're going to the Super Bowl. I think we have Washington's number. I think we have a bone to pick. There's no doubt. I think we definitely have a bone to pick. Yeah, that's definite. There's no doubt. D, and I enjoy doing super chat. Thank you so much, man. So I was trying to tell people at my job, do you underestimate WC? Why? Because my team plays them. Look at the Bills game when they were Detroit. They were not used to a mobile quarterback. We are. We faced a lot of mobile quarterbacks this year. The problem with Washington is they didn't beat a good team this year during the season. I mean, realistically, they're like, oh, we beat the 4-2 Bears when they were 4-2. I mean, that was like the only thing they've even said the entire year. You know what I mean? But on TV, like they're talking about during the fucking game today, somebody said it on national television that Washington's the underdogs. They haven't been. The narrative for Washington has not for them to be the fucking underdogs, bro. Like what? That's never fucking happened. Like at all. Ever. So that's where I'm at with that situation. Appreciate that super chat, by the way. 30 and Wake Up says, that's the narrative out the Rams camp. Has Barkley not torched them? Would their D have improved so much since then? Maybe then they can't stop Super Bowl, but at least they have the film on what didn't work last time. Yeah, and I think part of it too, because that defensive line, like the Rams have a really undersized fucking line. They don't have a guy that's over 300 pounds on that line. Like it's an undersized line. And that last game, they got thrown around that last game. So yeah, maybe they'll if the weather's bad, maybe they will blitz a little bit more. Maybe they'll do some different things because you have to account for Jalen Hurts' legs and you have to account for Saquon Barkley, obviously. So I know that McVay doesn't want to remember that game. I get it because that was Barkley's best game of the fucking year this year. So a lot goes into it, no doubt. Kingsbury's getting paid in Arizona for 2 more years. He said no hurry. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Aaron with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. Says, I swear the Chiefs are so lucky. Want them gone, bro. The whole entire internet today, social media all over the place, was literally shitting on the fucking Chiefs and this refereeing bullshit. You get five steps into KC. You get 5 steps into Patrick Mahomes in his area where he's standing, bro. I mean, it's literally a flag waiting to happen. It was horrible, dude. At least 2 or 3 of those drives were costly where they should have punted the ball and have horrible fucking penalties. Horrible. I mean, just given to them. I felt bad for the Texans, bro. I thought the Texans fucking defensive line was really getting after them. But man, like offensively, like offensively, unfortunately, like I think they needed to do a little bit more. Um, they're out another couple receivers that were really, Stephon Diggs not playing is huge. Okay. Tank Dell not playing is fucking huge. That's their speed demon. Like that, like Tank Dell is a fucking player, man. Like, missing those two guys is huge for that offense. Only relying on your number one guy, it wasn't enough, man. It wasn't enough. And then there was drive killers. They were getting penalties, but they were actually doing well off of penalties. It wasn't too bad, but you know, it happens, man. It happens. Appreciate the super, man, so much. Pat said, I'm expecting a good gameplay from McVay. Yeah, of course. Second time around, you're going to have a different game plan. Like. So here. A father provider says, it's funny they keep talking about Rams stacking the box. If they do that, it'll be another Pittsburgh game. Yeah, and like I said, regarding weather, let's take the weather out of it, okay? They want to stack the box. They do I mean, I want to do some under center play action fake, bro. If that happens, and correct me if I'm wrong, did Devontae Smith play in that Rams game? Did he play in that Rams game? Yeah, he didn't play in that fucking game. They didn't have Devontae Smith for that fucking game. Like that's what I'm saying, dude. Like the Eagles didn't even have they didn't even have their. I mean, realistically, when I think about it, and I've always thought about that, I think every Eagle fan knows like we don't think as AJ Brown is the number one and Devontae Smith is the two. We think that AJ Brown's the 1A, Devontae Smith is the 1B. We didn't have AJ either that game. Did we really? What? Really? No shit, bro. I can't even remember. Oh, I thought we had one of them. Okay, so AJ was at the game. Okay. Okay. Devontae Smith, I thought he did play. Um, 30 and Wake Up says Rams aren't stacking the box. They did that in the second half last game. Barkley had two 70-yard runs. They'll run blitz with Lake, but they aren't stacking the box. Eagles line is too big. Yeah, they probably don't want to do it, depending on like the situation, the score of the game, and what's going on. Probably. But yo, I want to watch my team play today, bro. I think we all want to watch the Eagles. Like I couldn't sit there and watch these two. I mean, I watched these games today, but it was just man, I wanted us to play already, you know? And the pressure is on tomorrow, though, I'll tell you that much. Ocean says, let's see. Hold on. This fucking thing just crashed on me again. I don't know why it happened. So weird. So friggin' weird, bro. Hold on. I wasn't even going to stream tonight at all, but I was like, you know what? I want to talk about this because obviously it affects us now. So why not? So I decided to live stream tonight. I was like, fuck it. Let's live stream. Let's do it up. Matt says I was already hearing if we lose tomorrow, haters saying it'll all be Hurts' fault. You got to stop reading shit online what people say, like, because it does nothing for you, but drive you insane. Like, I was only on social media to see the reactions from people from both of these games today. That was it. You know. Chris and Joey we have to win tomorrow. Getting beat with a chance of at hosting the NFC title isn't acceptable. Totally true. Dev's I blame Kellen or Nick if we lose tomorrow. Yeah, I think it comes down to a good game plan, bro. Like I said, dude, like I think the Eagles have been great this year. I just don't think they've reached like the top of their. I don't think they've reached their peak offensively. I honestly don't think they've reached their peak at all offensively. I don't. I don't. To be honest with you, I've always felt that way this year. I haven't really talked about it much because like we're winning games. I can't complain, but at the end of the day, like I think this offense could do so much more. Not using Jahan Dotson is literally I don't even know. Not using Jahan Dotson is fucking crazy, dude. It's crazy. I mean, you gave up a third round pick and a seventh, and like you've done nothing with him. You don't even do nothing with him. Every other fucking team they always throw to a wide receiver. What's with this coaching staff not throwing to a wide receiver 3? Like what's the problem, bro? Like I'm getting annoyed over this shit. Pat is glad you did a late stream because I'm trying to sleep till noon, fucking waiting around all morning. I know, dude. It sucks. This sucks. Jeanette Martinez says, thanks for the insights and thoughts. I appreciate it. Yeah, no problem, man. Hashtag Rams house. Good luck tomorrow, by the way. I'm very respectful, man. I'm not trying to be a dick to nobody. I gave the Commanders respect. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm here to just be realistic about shit. That's it. Philly Rap says AJ might be a decoy with the knee injury, not expecting him to have 100 yards this game, this time around. Yeah. But no Devontae Smith last game, so they have to account for him now, on top of Saquon Barkley, on top of Jalen Hurts in his legs, and on top of everything else. So, Princess, what's going up? Says, hey, Joey, if the Eagles take care of business tomorrow, I do believe the Eagles will John Wick the comedy. Yeah, well, hopefully. Look, I think Washington's happy about what they did today. I mean, we would be the same way if we would be doing the same thing. Okay. But we have to take everything with a grain of salt too. Look at it from what it is. Two really bad defenses, and obviously the one offense that made the less mistakes was Washington. And it looks like Detroit were a bunch of frauds, and their defensive injuries have really caught up to them. And they looked god awful horrible, like god awful. I mean, the amount of players you're missing, and then they ended up having another 3-4 injuries. Now you got Brian Branch gone. Another guy broke his fucking arm. I mean, Jesus. I mean, imagine if Detroit won this fucking game today on top of all those injuries. They wouldn't fucking last. I mean, they wouldn't last, and that's why they lost this game. Jared Goff didn't look great either. Didn't look good. The trick play with fucking Jameson Williams. I mean, Jared Goff missed Jameson Williams on a fucking deep ball. I mean, just horrible, man. I mean, he was bad. Didn't play well. What's going on, Brian? Chris says, on top of Nolan Smith becoming a freaking monster right before, I know, trust me, I'm eating my words every week. Every week, I'm eating my words. And, that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. We got 584 people to chat. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel for more Eagles news every single day. We stream videos every day. We're less than 30-something subscribers away from 30,000. I think like 30 subscribers, something like that, 30-something to 30,000. 30K, man. That's awesome. Appreciate all the support. And guys, go into the pinned comment and grab yourself a membership for extra content, draft highlight reactions with video and stuff like that. We go over normally stuff on the regular channel, obviously, but we do some extra stuff for the members as well. You want the extra draft content? Next few months are going to be wild. Pick up a membership. Doesn't matter what tier it is. It could be any tier. It's obviously for support and obviously for the extra content. So definitely go check it out if you guys have it. I appreciate it so much. Appreciate it so much. Let's see. Dennis says Goff. Appreciate Pat. Appreciate bro. Dennis says Goff either goes clean and incredible or turns it over 3 to 5 times. He made the Commanders look like the 2007 Patriots. Yeah, what game was that? What was the game he threw like 5 picks and still won the game? What game was that? Who they faced that game? I don't remember. Matt said, "Do you know it's been 50 plus years since Detroit won a championship? Last time was before Super Bowl ever existed." Fuck. Yeah, man. Those fans must have spent a fortune on tickets, bro. I mean, God, I can't even fucking imagine. I've done it before. I've done it. I've spent $1,000 on tickets once. Once. I'm not even gonna tell you that when it happened because you'll be like, really? And you'll be like, man, I feel bad for you. You would feel bad for me if you actually knew how much I spent when I actually spent $1,000 on tickets. They played the Texans in that game. Oh shit. Against the Texans? And they didn't get shit and they got respect out of that fucking win? Like, this is the shit I'm talking about, dude. If the team kicked 4 field goals and fucking threw a Hail Mary for a touchdown to win the game, Hurts would never be respected. If he threw 4 or 5 picks like that game that Goff did against the Texans, Hurts literally only has to have Hurts literally. If the Eagles run too much, they bitch about Hurts not passing enough. If they pass too much, they bitch about Hurts not, not trying to run the ball more. I mean, it's just ridiculous, bro. It's just it never fucking stops, dude. And then they called the Commanders the underdogs. Like the narrative has been they've been the underdogs all year. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Surely. Yo, Yumbo, what's up, man? Hey, yo, Joey, do we trust Jake with 24 miles per hour wins, or do we go for a fourth? I do not. I look. I do not trust Jake at all. I do not trust him whatsoever. I don't. He's been at near the end of the year. Yeah, he's been pretty bad. He's been very up and down. He missed an extra point last game, which I might make a big deal about. I don't know if I trust him 40 plus yards, and I definitely don't trust him 50 plus yards. You see that kicker for the fucking Texans? You see that kicker for the Texans today? Like, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, you miss an extra point or a field goal, bro. Like, you're hoping to fucking God those points. Okay? You're hoping to God that's not going to fucking haunt you at the end of the game. You're hoping to fucking God it doesn't. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. MBTR, so what up, Joey? Called it. Felt the Lions would not make it to the NFC. Just hoping the Eagles just pound the ball and go after Stafford all day. Yeah, that's it. Marcus, what's up, man? I said I told everybody Detroit Lions not a good team. I heard the tickets were $700. Yeah, that's crazy. That's fucking nuts. Pets a damn. I spent a fraction of that on Philly season tickets. Yeah, I know a guy that owns like 4 seats, and I think he pays like $8,000 a year. $8,000 a year for tickets. Like they has to pay and then get his money back by selling the tickets. It's crazy. Kenny says it waxed the Texans versus Lions game. Yes, Goff 5 picks and 1. Damn. Yeah, Jayden Daniels played really well. Played really well. Played really good. Because I think the Eagles D doesn't hold the team down when Hurts can air it out. He did it in the Super Bowl versus Bills and others. I'm not worried. The more we run the ball, the other teams have it. The difference from this year from 22 to this year, the Eagles have a defense. The Eagles have a 3-down fucking back. Because how many times did we run the ball in the Super Bowl? It was like 40 something yards between all the backs. And I think from a talent perspective, if you have to throw to Jahan Dotson, you don't have to rely on a Quez Watkins because Quez Watkins could be relied on those big moments. They had Alameda Zacchaeus, and I mean, they didn't even fucking I mean, I don't know what's with them in wide receiver threes, bro. Like Alameda Zacchaeus, he was coming off of his best season with the fucking Falcons, over 500 yards, 2 touchdowns, as a wide, and with the injuries they had that year, he was a number 2 to a number 1 to a number 3. I mean, they just Jahan Dotson. At least when they threw that touchdown to him in the Packers game, that was great. I was glad they didn't ignore him. Yeah, look what he looked like. He was a number 1 receiver in that Giants game, the last game. And he caught it was like 5 catches for 90 something yards. Fucking nuts. Saquon may run for 300 yards in the snow. Yeah, maybe potentially. We got Louis Felipe G. What's going on, man? Welcome to the Camper Tier, my friend. You're getting all the extra content for the draft and all that great stuff. Appreciate it so much for joining up. If you guys haven't joined up the memberships, hit the memberships or give some memberships to some people for extra content. We have a lot of draft highlight reaction content every single day once we get closer to the draft. Well, obviously, really after the Super Bowl, we're going to be starting all that stuff. So there's going to be a lot of extra stuff going on soon. So definitely pick up a membership in the pinned comment above in the live chat if you guys have not. Appreciate it so much. And Lewis, I appreciate you joining up and supporting. Appreciate it, man. Joe said there's something wrong with the kicking balls. I can recall this many kicks being missed at the pace. Yo, who was kicking really bad today? The Texans? The Texans were kicking. Like, they weren't even kicking in the fucking end zone today. They weren't even kicking in the end zone. That was the issue we had against the second Washington game. Like, Braden Mann was kicking to the 10, 15-yard line, like, every fucking time. And then he had, like, a third, and then the Texans punter, he fucking punted, like, 30 yards. I mean, horrible, man. Yeah, the kickers were bad today for two teams today. Really bad. Really bad. Chiefs look very. Oh yeah, I'm not even worried about the fucking Chiefs. Like, literally, the only way they're fucking. I'm telling you right now, like, the social media is gonna fucking explode if they get by. If they get by the Bills or the fucking Ravens, bro. I'm telling you, like, it's gonna be fucking ugly, dude. It's gonna get really ugly, bro. Why? What's going? Oh, god damn it! I don't have this window open. Keep the window open so I don't lag out. Lon says, yeah, Parsons says he spent like 30,000 a year giving out tickets for his family. Oh, Jesus. That's not good. We got a super chat from Xander Van Elsis. What's going on, man? He said, this game got beefed up now with home field on the line at home in the link. Thanks to the Lions for shitting the bed. So bad frauds, all of them Eagles by 10. Yeah, it's bad, bro. I mean, I wanted to see what this Detroit defense was going to look like. Because I know Washington's defense is really bad against the run. Against the pass, they're average. They're way better. But let me say this, bro. Like, it was that shit. Detroit was ugly, man. Like, that shit caught up to them so fucking fast. It was really ugly. Really ugly. So, I mean, realistically, like, who did I really want to face? I think as the game went on, I was like, you know what? I don't even care anymore. Like, who I want. I didn't really have like I didn't really care who we were gonna face. If we beat the Rams, who I want to face in the NFC Championship game, I really didn't even care at that point. Because we really have a bone to pick, um, with Washington, and I hope we don't fuck up tomorrow. Like, I really hope they don't. I feel pretty damn good, but there's always this little thing in my head that's like, hopefully not. We should be all right though. Appreciate the super chat, my friend. Yo, Aaron, what's going on, man? Welcome to the camper tier. So much, dude, supporting and obviously getting the extra content soon. So I appreciate so much for joining up as the camper tier, man. Much love, dude. Thank you for becoming a member to the channel. We still got 589 in the chat. Make sure you subscribe, like the stream. We'll be doing our live play-by-play tomorrow. We'll have a stream afterwards, and obviously, hopefully on a good note, and then we'll have more videos throughout the week, every day, most likely. If anybody's new here, we do stream on Tuesdays and Fridays mostly. We stream Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, depending on their next game day. So it's like 4 or 5 times a week. So it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. Oh, damn, this thing is like, yep, yep. It just lagged out on me again. All right, hold on. Let me put this back up. This fucking thing is like always lagging on me, and I don't know why. It's always doing it. Give me a second. 2 seconds, literally. All right, we should be good now. James says, I have to work during the championship games, and tomorrow, well, I don't know, if you got AirPods, bro, listen to WIP or something. Or put my stream on. I'll be streaming. I'll be streaming the game. Let's see. YW86 says, Mom Spaghetti says, year 1 for the Commanders, the future bright with a real QB. Yeah. I mean, if you're comparing him to Hurts, there's nothing comparable, obviously. Well, there is on the bright side of things. But, no, I mean, let's see what he does in the second, third year, man. You know? Quarterbacks, it's all about their second and third year. That's what it comes down to. James says working swim meets. Pat says Eagles are going to throw the Rabs around in the snow tomorrow. Make some snow angels tomorrow. The guy who's just here says, "Whoa, is that a real life Rams fan? You're like a freaking unicorn, bro." Yeah, you don't see much of them. The time didn't change. It's 3 p.m. Eastern. 3 p.m. Eastern. The game's on, so you should be all right. You should be good to go. Philly flying high says 1 out of 3 chances to make it to the Super Bowl now. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy now. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting. I'm pretty pumped for tomorrow. But we'll see what happens, dude. I'm hoping this coaching staff doesn't throw this game away and does stupid shit. I mean, that's really, um, you know, it's what it comes down to. J5 actually carries his team with an incomplete roster. Well, that's not true, bro, because you're pretty much stifled at fucking running back. You have a good number one receiver, and you beat a fucking defense that literally had no fucking defense today. So, like, this is the shit I'm talking about. Like, I'm saying great things about Washington, and then you get stupid people like this, because that's just how it is. That's what everybody says. I don't get these fucking idiots. I really don't. I really don't. So, Kevin, do you think the Eagles lose? Sirianni gets fired. I think he's retained. Nah, he ain't getting fired. Sirianni gets fired. Yeah. So Howie Roseman's contract is up. Sirianni's contract is up. So it should be interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen though. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Boys, is anyone who's on the go and he's on a phone store app streams all games just to help those on the go? Yeah, I don't know those third party apps that stream games. Philly Raptors. I didn't want the Bucks because Todd Bowles is Jalen Hurts kryptonite. I wanted no parts of the Lions in Detroit because of the slow starts on the offense. It's all lined up. 3 wins left. Go Birds. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really care about facing Tampa like everyone else did. Honestly didn't really care about that. To be honest. I felt fine. I mean, honestly, like I felt fine about really facing anybody. This is really the first time in the playoffs where I really didn't pick and choose who I want. I really wasn't picky about who I want to face, to be honest with you. I really just thought we could beat anybody at this point. You know what I mean? Ebby says this game may be over in 2 hours with both teams probably running the crap out. Yeah. I mean, potentially with the weather, probably. Probably. George says, can we stop talking about the pom pom waving d bag of a coach in Detroit? I heard he was crying at his presser. Eagles Clip says, I'm ready to get revenge on Washington. Yeah, I'm already fucking ready, dude. I'm ready for it. The number one thing is you want to win this game. The number two thing is you want to get out of this Rams game with no fucking injuries. Or somewhat like crazy injuries. Dan Campbell buying his own kneecaps off. Nah, he doesn't deserve to get fired. They're not gonna fire him. You know what I mean? Like three well, he's been here what, 3 years? He's been on he's been the coach for 3 years, I think. He's gotten that team way better, man. But you know what? Not having a deep that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, it's not about passing any like everyone thinks it's all about a fucking passing offense. Like, it has nothing to do with it. Like, you got no defense that can make it stop. Like, that's literally the perfect example of why you need a fucking defense. It's a passing league, but bro, when you get into the playoffs, you need a fucking defense. You need an average defense. Like, you need to be like 13th defensively. You could be like the 13th to the 17th ranked defense, and you'll be fine. So like a passing league is a passing league, bro, and that game was the perfect example of when you don't have a fucking defense on either side. Like that's the shit you got to deal with the entire game. That's how it is. Sarah says, Washington fans clowns all of them, so to lose when you beat a decimated defense and now you're the super team. Oh, dude, like that's look, they haven't done shit. They haven't done shit since '91. I mean, realistically, they haven't gone this far in a lot of years. Okay, so they don't know how to deal with themselves right now. All right, and then once the NFC Championship game happens, and hopefully the Eagles are matched up there, we do our thing. And that's it. That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're hoping for. Yeah, my TikTok got banned, yeah. Well, it didn't get banned. I mean, it's still the account is probably still up. It's just like the app is just not working now. So, Young Boy says I have confidence in other guys. And our guys just hope Nick Kellen put them in the right position. I mean, like I said, dude, like I feel good about Fangio and the defense, but I don't like I feel good about the offense to an extent. Like I feel fine with the offense. I don't feel like the offense has been put at its peak this season under Kellen Moore. And I don't like I think Nick is a whole nother I always want the coordinator to have his own I don't want coordinators to share responsibility of anything, you know. Aaron says, I want to play Chiefs. Free Super Chat says, I want to play Chiefs in the Super Bowl because they haven't played our defense this year. Yeah. That's really been the whole thing. Like the dream scenario, or maybe not the dream scenario, but the scenario that we were all thinking earlier in the season was like, Philly, Detroit, NFC Championship game in Detroit, and or depending if they were going to get first seed or not. That was really the matchup we wanted to see. Like, what does the Eagles defense look like in the playoffs against some of these powerhouse fucking offenses? That was really the big thing going into it. You know. Xander Van Ellis says, I guess when you're new to winning, that'll happen. Yeah, I mean, we've been at the table, bro. We've been at the VIP table the last few years. This is nothing new to us, bro. That's that's the difference, you know. Chris says, Joey, how about Ertz having the chance to come home for the NFC title? Yeah, yeah. I mean, he looks great. He looks really good, man. Ertz looks like his normal self, man. He looks like his 2017 form all over again. I mean, he went to Arizona and he was hurt. I think he was hurt for a year or two. I don't even know. I know he had an ACL or he had a bad injury. I don't know. I know he had a couple injuries, and he's with Washington and seems like his health is in good standing. And the Alarcon says, I love our young defense. We got good team offense and defense. Jeremiah Trout Jr. is going to do well in his first start. Quinion Mitchell is one of my favorite Eagles. I mean, Terrion Arnold didn't look great in this. I mean, Terrion Arnold didn't look great in this fucking game either. I mean, Terrion Arnold, bro, like, I understand, like, you have no fucking line. You have barely any linebackers. Like, yeah, I mean, you have 16, 17 fucking defensive players on IR for the Lions defense. I mean, Terrion Arnold, like, I didn't really see. I mean, I was kind of a fan of him, but I think once I saw like Quinion's Mitchell's Senior Bowl, I like fell in love with him because of how physical he was. But I thought Teron looked fucking horrible in this game. Alex Pabon Galliano. I got some tongue twisting names. Appreciate Super Chat says, hey Joey, it's King of Kings. Oh, what's going on, man? It's support with my second account. Awesome, man. Awesome. I appreciate you stopping by, man. Appreciate it so much. Is Trotter Jr. officially starting? Um, from what he didn't. I mean, the reports didn't come. I mean, Fangio didn't say he was officially starting him, but from his conversation at the press conference, what he was alluding to, it sounds like his future is now, quote unquote. That's what he said. He thinks he has a big future, and his future is going to start now. So from that, I'm guessing he is. I'm guessing. Well, I don't want to mix, dude. I don't like Burks in the fucking pass defense. Burks as a downhill runner, Burks is great. Run support, he's great. When it comes to fucking coverage, he's a deer in he's bad. He's a deer in headlights, horrible. That's the that's the only thing. Like Trotter Jr. needs to be thrown into the fire. I want to see him get a sack and do the axe man at home. Put an axe in the fucking ground. You know how crazy that would fucking be? I mean, that would be fucking crazy. Be crazy, dude. Crazy shit. Let's see. Elias just think they might rotate to keep the Rams from taking advantage of one guy. We'll see. But you don't want to rotate linebackers all the fucking time. Like you want to keep guys in and get, I mean, Trotter Jr. is the future, man. I mean, well, he's got a long-term contract here. Like Burks is on a 1-year deal, dude. You want to see what you have at linebacker behind Zach Bond that desperately needs to be signed. And obviously Dean's not playing next year. Dean's going to be back by October, November from his fucking injury, but that's a serious knee injury, bro. That's serious. The patellar tendon tear, that's like he's either going to come back the same player. Like once he comes back, he's going to be out another 4 weeks because his body he's going to, he hasn't played in any games. Like just because he's back, you think he's going to be the same player. He might not be for a few weeks. He's got to build himself all over again. So realistically, because he got hurt so late this season on a really serious injury, it's not good, man. It's not good. Burks can't cover me. Alex, so I'm asking, you're by far the first person who got my whole name correct the first try. It's Puerto Rican and Italian. Love you, brother. Keep doing your hey. At least I got it right. Alex Pabon Galliano. I know it sounds like you're from the mob or something. I don't know. I appreciate it. What's up, James? Hold my beer. So the Eagles have appreciate the super chat, by the way. Hold my beer. So the Eagles have everything lining up. Whoop on the Rams. We have home field advantage. Cold, wet, windy. One of the best O lines. Number one running back. We're bigger and more physical. Yeah, there's no excuse to lose this fucking game. There's no excuse. Shouldn't be losing this fucking game. No doubt. Trova says, I hate to say it, the Eagles need to start thinking beyond the Kobe for long term. He's getting injured way too often. He's been injured every fucking year, dude. Every year he's been injured. He was injured this year 3 times, twice. I don't know. I can't even really keep count anymore. Goddard's getting injured all the fucking time. Every $11 million cap hit for Dallas Goddard. No thanks. Restructure his ass or do something with it because I have no idea what the future is at tight end right now. And Zach Bond, there better be an incentive to fucking sign him long term. I am telling you right now, he walks out the door, you have nobody. I mean, I look, Ben Van Simmeren will be a fullback for us. I think he's as a backup to, I think he's fine as a backup. He's not a fucking quality starter right now. Okay? There's nothing there. Like you're going to be like if they let Bond walk, you're not going to have Dean or fucking Bond. Like you're literally have Trotter and Ben Van Simmeren. Like that is all you got. That's all you got. We got Alex Pabon Galliano with the super chat. Didn't say anything. It's a super sticker that says fist bump. Fist bump. Appreciate it, man. Love you too, man. Chris, is there excuses for losing other than QB? We are better everywhere on that. Oh, I agree. That's why I've never felt going into the playoffs, like because the Eagles are not just putting, because it's not just like the Eagles are putting all this compensation to their defensive line like they used to do for years, and your secondary can get exposed. Now you actually have good linebackers, good corner. Darius Slay, he's getting hurt like every fucking game. Like every game, he's always like he's like walking like a fucking old man with a cane. I mean, half the time that's what's happening at times. So Alex, another Superman. Thank you so much. Says they have to sign Bond before he gets expensive. Yeah, that's definitely true. Well, he's already. I mean, you win the next thing is you win a Super Bowl with him. Forget it. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I'm telling you right now, like they fucking better do the right thing. Like I'm telling you right now, like you better do the right thing. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Darren says Howie might be aggressive, but he's not stupid. He's not letting bomb. Yeah, let me. And this is Vic Fangio's guy. This is his player. This is his creation. Okay, Howie Roseman brought in Zach Bond as a backup outside linebacker slash special teamer. Like Howie Roseman's plan was literally him to be a backup. And Vic Fangio was like, nah, I like him at inside linebacker. Watch what I turn him into. And look what happened. That's what happened. This guy should be defensive player of the fucking year. Literally, the year. I am not fucking kidding. I'm not kidding about it. North of 15, probably. What I'm at right now is probably between 15 and 20. That's top 5 linebacker money. They're gonna have to do it. Like they have no choice. They're not gonna draft one early because I don't look. The one thing that the two things that they have done that they have never done. Howie Roseman changing his ways, changing his philosophy. He fucking signed a fucking 3-down back to 12 million a year, which he's never done. Okay, top talent. And they actually drafted 2 fucking DBs the first 2 rounds that are 2 first round talents. Other than that, I have no faith in them drafting a linebacker early because we have so much more we need to fucking do. Because Milton's a free agent, Isaiah Rodgers is a free agent, Josh Sweat's a free agent. Like we don't even know what they're doing. We don't even know what the fuck they're doing at number 2 corner right now. When Slay leaves, Slay's on contract for another year, but there's a lot of rumors that he's either gonna retire or potentially, if he wants to stay in the league, the Eagles aren't gonna want to keep him for another year, and he's gonna want to get traded somewhere. So I don't know where this is going. Keith out with a super chat. Thank you so much. He says, "Would you be pissed if Howie flipped Bond for Garrett?" Yes, yes, that makes no sense because if you flip Bond for trading for Miles Garrett, and number one, you have to make sure you're not giving up a first round. Like if you're going to sign a veteran edge rusher, and I think if you lose Sweat and Graham, I think they should double dip in that department. I think they should trade for a veteran, and I think they should literally get the best one that they can get in the first round of the draft at edge rusher. You're literally creating one problem to replace another, and that's not how you do things at all. So I wouldn't be happy with that at all. Because Garrett is not a long term answer. Maybe for, a couple years, whatever. But we'll see. We have Alex Paymo. What's going on, man? He says, appreciate he just became a member to the camper tier. Thank you so much for joining it up. All the extra content, all that stuff's coming. Appreciate it so much, man, for joining it up, man. Definitely hit those memberships, guys. Doesn't matter what tier. It's for support, but ultimately it's for all the extra draft content that you're going to get. On top of the normal content you'll get with the channel, you become a member for literally $2 a month. You get all this extra content. So definitely check out the memberships in the pinned comment above, guys. I appreciate it. Miles, honestly, with Jalen's concussion, I want to start someone else. Bring in Sam Bradford. Yeah. Chief says, I don't know. I'm not against Garrett for a late first. If we are in win now, no. I'm not giving away the first round pick. Nope, 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 nope. Never, never, never would do that. I would never give that up. If they want a first round pick for him, I would just not even deal with it. I wouldn't even deal with it. Bond and Mekhi Becton are the two fucking priorities. The Eagles might not have much of a huge free agency. Don't expect Howie Roseman to make a shit ton of all these moves. Don't expect it. What you have to expect is your re-signs or your fucking is your free agency. Okay? So I don't know what they're going to do with Isaiah Rodgers and Milton Williams and Josh Sweat and Brandon Graham, but I will tell you this is that Zach Bond is the number one signing, in my opinion. Mekhi Becton is the number two signing because technically, Mekhi Becton's 25 years old, dude, playing right guard. Best spot of his life. He's not going to want to leave Philadelphia. I already know he's not going to want to leave. He's definitely going to get Mekhi Becton is definitely going to get signed. Plus, if Lane Johnson retires in a couple of years, you know, if Lane Johnson retires in a couple years, you could put him at right tackle. You could. There's a bunch of things. Tyler Steen's still on contract. I think he's played better at right guard than left guard for the Eagles. That's just me. I don't know what they're doing with Sweat, Milton Williams. I don't. Sweat probably not. Milton, I'm not sure. I mean, getting a depth piece at DT, they could probably get that in the draft if that's where they want to go. But they still need a tight end. We still know who the number 2 corner is for this team right now. And obviously, Kenneth Gainwell is a free agent. They're not paying him. So is Will Shipley going to take the reins at number 2? That's going to be a whole nother question. Will Shipley, dude, has got a lot of talent. It just hasn't been, they just haven't fucking did much with him. Yeah, Bryce Huff is a fucking mess. Yeah, right now he is. He had one snap against the Packers. He had one fucking snap, dude. Literally, he went in for one snap, and, like, that was his day. That's it. That I don't fucking get. Like, at all don't fucking get. Pat says Nakobe is going to have to play out his contract and re-sign on a proof. And that's fine. If it gets us Nakobe Dean at a cheaper rate, then that's fine with me. I have no problem with that. Because potentially, what were the Eagles going to do? Sign Bond and then sign Nakobe at the end of next year? No. So this might actually work in our favor. Like Jordan Davis, he only had like 12 to 14 snaps in that Green Bay game, or I forgot what it was. It wasn't a lot. Like Jordan Davis might not be a big signing either. Like it seems like Vic is not using Jordan Davis for pass rush. He showed it last year and then he burnt out like everyone else did on defense last year. 23 obviously was a bad end of the year. So I think because has he lived up to the first round talent? Jordan Davis, has he lived up to it? Not really, but I think he's still a solid player. So is it a bad pick? Technically, I guess it is, but realistically, I think I think how Fangio using him is going to be a lot more worth there. I can't see these Georgia guys splitting up. Like Keely Ringo is probably the only one I can see go in a matter of a couple of years just because he's never going to start in Phil. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I have no idea. I told y'all commies will win. Oh, they did? What's worse, Joey, Robert Quinn or Bryce Huff? I mean, Robert Quinn was cheaper and he costed a 4th round pick. So when it came to price, Quinn was better because Bryce Huff is getting paid like $17 million a year. And Fangio, I don't even think Fangio likes Bryce Huff at all. Remember when training camp started? Remember the first press conference that Vic Fangio had? And someone asked him from the beat writers, they asked him, hey, is Bryce Huff you think he's a 3-down edge rusher? He said he's not there yet. I don't think Howie Roseman asked Fangio or had Fangio's approval of signing Bryce Huff after letting Hassan Reddick go for literally nothing. A 26th third-round conditional. Reddick played in, 8 games this year? He had like a half a sack. A sack? I don't even know what he had this season. Man, I feel bad for teams facing us. Same. Rio says you like Scene as a number 3 safety or Brown. I feel like Fangio for some reason, okay, and I totally understand this. This is when Fangio wasn't here when we drafted Sidney Brown. Sidney Brown, unfortunately, is reckless in his fucking tackling. Guy is like looking for the next concussion. Okay. They like Sidney Brown's coverage is really good, but I think what they're valuing most from Trishan McCollum is his tackling. Trishan McCollum's coverage isn't great, but I guess he starts over as a backup just because his tackling is great. I think they value Tristan a lot more than Sidney Brown. I think Sidney Brown has a lot to bring to the table. Scene obviously is going to be, we're going to see what they do with him. He's more of a next year project, a former first round pick from the Vikings that is going to get an opportunity next offseason. So we'll see what happens during that time, you know, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. They definitely see so. I mean, he's a very rangy safety. He can cover a lot of ground with his feet. Scene is good. Like he just hasn't really had an opportunity. He had a couple first year or two. He had a couple of opportunities in a heavy safety room. Couldn't really do much of anything. So we'll see how it goes. But I think um it's more of a next year thing for me with him. Let's see here. Let's see. Garrett Grease says Sidney can get better at tackling. He needs an offseason under Vic. Yeah, I just think he just needs to be in the system, and we'll see where he's at. It's really more of a next year type of thing with him anyway. So that's kind of like where I'm at with it at the end of the day. But yeah, guys, I think that's gonna be it for tonight, man. It's almost 2 in the morning. I gotta have to get stream stuff set up for tomorrow. But I appreciate everybody that joined up today. If you guys haven't, hold on. Let me get rid of this fucking thing because it's just annoying the shit out of me. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Okay. I don't know. It's being weird for some reason. Yeah, but other than that, guys, we're gonna be ready for tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow, live play-by-play reaction, of the game, and hopefully we fucking win this shit and get this thing going. So I'm hoping to God. There's 529 of you in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the stream as much as possible. I do appreciate so much. And go get a membership if you guys have it. Check out the Philly Shakedown podcast merch. We have some really cool designs, more stuff coming out soon. In the link for the Philly Shakedown podcast merch. So definitely order up. It's free shipping. If you order 2 items. Yeah, all you have to order is 2 items. So that's it. So definitely pick up your Shakedown merch if you guys have it. And yeah, we're doing our thing. Appreciate all the support and everybody joining up to talk today and making things interesting. And yeah, that's it. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you guys in the next one tomorrow with a lot of content coming up. And I'll see you tomorrow. Shake Squad up, follow side. Peace out, guys. Peace.